They weren't supposed to find it. Buried deep beneath miles of ice in Antarctica, a perfectly shaped door was discovered. No markings, no handle, no explanation. But what terrified scientists the most was what appeared on their instruments right after they found it. Because whatever was behind that door wasn't supposed to exist. Antarctica is the coldest, most isolated place on Earth. Temperatures drop below -60 degrees. Winds can reach over 200 miles per hour. For decades, scientists believed there was nothing there but ice. But in 2018, a small research team stationed deep in East Antarctica began detecting something unusual beneath the ice. At first, it was just a signal, a faint, repeating anomaly picked up by ground-penetrating radar. It didn't look natural. It didn't look random. It looked structured. The team initially assumed it was a rock formation, maybe a buried ridge or a compacted ice shelf. But when they adjusted their instruments, the shape became clearer. Flat edges, right angles, symmetry. That's when things stopped making sense. Because nature doesn't create perfect geometry like that. After weeks of scanning, they made a decision. They were going to dig. Drilling through Antarctic ice is not easy. It took days, then weeks, to reach the depth where the anomaly was located. But eventually, they hit something. Not ice, not rock, something solid, something smooth. And when the first camera was lowered into the shaft, they saw it. A surface, flat, dark, and completely unnatural. As the ice was cleared further, the object revealed itself. It wasn't just a surface. It was a door, perfectly rectangular, standing vertically, embedded in something that looked like a wall. But that made no sense, because there were no structures anywhere near that location. Nothing should have been there. Nothing could have been there. The team began documenting everything. Measurements, material samples, temperature readings. And that's when things took a disturbing turn. The temperature around the door was warmer than the surrounding ice. Not by much, but enough to be impossible. Even stranger, their equipment started malfunctioning. Cameras flickered, signals dropped, batteries drained faster than normal. It was as if the door was interfering with reality itself. Then came the audio. Late one night, while monitoring equipment, one of the researchers heard something through the comm system. A sound, faint, rhythmic, almost like knocking. At first, they thought it was interference, but the pattern was consistent. 3 knocks, pause, then 3 knocks again. It wasn't random. It was deliberate. The team reviewed the recordings, again and again. Each time, the same pattern echoed through their systems. 3 knocks, pause, 3 knocks. It didn't come from above. It didn't come from the equipment. It came from below, from the direction of the door. Sleep became difficult. Some of the researchers reported hearing the knocking even when they weren't wearing headsets. Others claimed the sound followed them, faint, distant, but always there. One of them swore the rhythm changed, as if it was responding. The team faced a decision. Do they open it, or leave it buried forever? Protocol demanded they stop, but curiosity overruled caution. They chose to continue. A robotic arm was prepared, carefully lowered into the shaft. The camera feed flickered as it descended, the door coming into view once again. Still, silent, waiting. The arm extended slowly, closer, closer, until it finally made contact. The moment it touched the surface, everything went dark. Complete blackout. No lights, no sound, no signal. 17 seconds passed. 17 long seconds of nothing. Then, power returned. Systems rebooted. Screens flickered back to life. The camera feed reappeared, and that's when they saw it. The door had changed. It was no longer completely sealed. There was now a gap. Small, but visible. The team froze. No one spoke. No one moved. Because they all saw the same thing. From that gap, something was coming through. Not light. Not air. Something else. Something that distorted the camera feed. Something that seemed to absorb everything around it. The temperature dropped instantly. lower than anything ever recorded in Antarctica. Equipment began to fail again. One by one, monitors shut down, signals vanished. And then, the knocking stopped. Silence filled the room. A heavy, unnatural silence. The official report was never released. The site was sealed. All records classified. The team reassigned. No interviews. No statements. No explanation. Months later, satellite images captured the area again. But something didn't add up. The drilling site was gone. No equipment. No markings. No trace anyone had ever been there. As if it had all been erased. But some who examined the images closely noticed something strange. Something almost invisible. A faint outline beneath the ice. Perfectly rectangular. Unmistakable. And if you look long enough, you might start to see it too. Not buried. Not destroyed. Still there. Waiting. Share and subscribe if you love this video.